Now let's take a look at the market at the close of yesterday. NGS All-Share Index put strong rebound gains by 1.199%, recovering from the losses of the previous session. The domestic bourse posted strong gains as the benchmark index rose by 1.99%, the largest single-day gain since December last year, to close at 52,838.45 points, the highest point since July 2008. Renewed demand for index heavyweight MTNN Nigeria, which went up by 9.21%, and Dangote Cement also went up by 2.62% at the close of Wednesday, pushed the all-share index higher. But let's take a look at the implications of these and what to expect in the market today going forward. Mr. Ambrose Amodian, Chief Research Officer, Invested Consulting Limited, he joins us via the telephone now. Thank you for your time. Let's look at the market yesterday. Looking at the rally, investors rallying for the shares of MTN Nigeria and, of course, Dangote Cement. What do you make of the market yesterday?
Yeah, actually, you remember I said the previous day that market is like to continue after the pullback, on the profit taking. What we saw yesterday was a renewed buying interest on those high cap stocks that have supported the market till this moment. You can see the life of Dangote Cement, touching almost 300 naira yesterday. We saw the life of MTN touching almost 269. For me, these are the factors driving the market. When you see this high cap stock rallying, they put the all-share index up. The good thing is that at the end of the day, we saw a buying interest across all the sectors yesterday. It says that there is still no factors attracting investors to this company. And what are those factors? Because most of the companies have shown that.
Hello, Mr. Ambrose. Are you still there? Well, I guess we'll lost connection with Ambrose Omodium. Let's take a look at some of the top 5 gainers for the yesterday's gain. If you look at the top 5 gainers for yesterday, look at companies like WCG with about 10%. That's 9 kobo gain at the end of the day. Okomoyo went up as high as making 18.70 kobo at the close of yesterday. Champion also follow in that order with about 40 kobo gain. You also have shares of IMG also went going up like 85 kobo. That's 9.88%, almost 10% gain at the close of yesterday. But on the flip side now, the company, the shares of Boa Foods down by almost 10%. That's about 10%, of course, with 6 naira 30 kobo. The shares of Ikeja Hotel shared about 13 kobo, while Etana Oil shared about 72 kobo. You have also the Northern, also the NNMF there with about 95 kobo, declining by about almost 10%. Charity Briscoe also shared about 6 kobo to close at 63 kobo there at the close of Wednesday's trading session there. So these are some of the report was saying, tracking on some of these individual stocks, low high cap stock. But of course, if you look at the other side, there are more earnings coming into the market. Airtel released its earning at the close of yesterday with about a price target of 1,051 kobo. And then, of course, you also have the downside, which is about 24.9% there. But of course, if you look at the stock rating there, according to our analysts, the stock actually is doing very well. Looking at the fourth quarter financial year on audited result before the market opened yesterday. So we will take a moment now. When we come back, we'll look at these in details, and of course with the position of investors concerning the shares of Airtel Africa into the market, and how impressive and how strong it is, especially investors who are considering taking position in this stock. So we'll be back in a moment. This is Business Breakfast. Please stay with us.
Are you a business owner Looking for the right exposure to attract massive clients to your brand? The long search is definitely over. SME Hub allows you to showcase your products and services to a wide range of viewers and buyers nationwide. For further inquiries, please call Alero on 081 323 43262, or you can send an email to alero.ogudere@ibrandtv.com. Grow your brand and boost your business on SME Hub, live on iBrand TV, where business comes first.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery. Ooh.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
Well, I'm Bruce Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Investor Consulting Limited. We have him back. Thank you for your time. Yes, I need you to finish your thoughts. Of course, you were talking about the fact that investors need to watch out for some of the high cap stocks like MTN Nigeria. You talked about it where you were on the show yesterday. Yes, I needed to pick up from where we stopped before we went off.
Like you just said, I said when you see that the high cap stocks that are rising now, and that they want pulling the market up. And the good news is that as they are pulling the market up, some of the equities, either the low cap, the medium cap, are also going in that direction. It tells you that the market is really hot at this moment. But I tell investors that at this hour, what you should look at the price to earnings of this company and their earnings hit to see if it will support the good dividend at the end of the year, because every investment is against the future. And I have to say again that as we're looking forward to see the macroeconomic data, in form of the GDP for Q1 and also inflation figure for the month of April, these are factors that will also influence the market further if they come and they beat market expectation. And don't forget that because we have seen the Q1 earnings that beat market expectation, that tells you that the GDP for Q1 2022 are likely to be positive. And if inflation also costs sustain, as I said earlier, that's going to be also another factor that will drive funds to equity space because most of the earnings are higher than what we are seeing in the physical market. And also, don't forget that yesterday was the primary market auction for KGB, and the long call, which is 364 days, also declined marginally again. It tells you that these are factors that I see with the earnings that are coming from the March year account. It's going to add more kind of positive sentiment for the market, because the March account year end that just ticked up with the Africa yesterday was impressive, and that tells you that we're going to see a likely missed number from the March account. And if most of these March accounts beat market expectation and they take good dividend as December year end did, that was going to add also more momentum for the market. Like I said, investors should look at those companies that are still undervalued and position right now.
Let's talk more about the Airtel result that was released into the market yesterday. Looking at the Q4 financial year audited result before the market, closed yesterday, we saw that the group reported earning per share of that's about $0.04. That's almost 12 naira 54 kobo at the close of yesterday. How excited are investors concerning this result we're seeing?
No, I would say that the market also reacted to that result yesterday, just because it linked close, the price. Yesterday, when the result was released to the market, there was a kind of reaction that Airtel touched as high as 1,564 naira yesterday before closing around 1,400. There's positive sentiments for that stock already. And don't forget that the numbers that came from Airtel, I will tell you that number is impressive. It tells you the kind of revenue or profit that is that sector is taking in. For the company, brought earnings to move from $3.89 billion to $4.17 billion. It presents about 21% up for their top line. For the year ended March 31st, 2022. It's a good sign. And if you look at the PAT, which is the profit after tax, in that same direction, it moved from $415 million to $755 million. It presents about 82%. So that means the profitability level of Airtel was up by 82%. That is huge. And you can see that the EPS, which is the earnings per share, when you divide the profit after tax, the numbers of shares in issue, it moved from 9.0 cents to 16.8 cents. You can see the growth there. And if you go back and look at the company operating cash flow, there's also a great improvement, about 40% growth in their cash flow. It's their operating cash flow. It says that the earnings and the cash flow are looking up. That is that this kind of earnings you are seeing in Airtel can be sustained. Because when you see cash flow and earnings looking in the same direction, it says that there's something in for investor. For me, and at the end of the day, they declare 30 cents dividend, final dividend for the year ended. For me, it's a good one for investor. Only that, after that, the shareholding structure of Airtel has provided the price here, and also the earnings is also getting to support it as we are seeing numbers. But that's why you see investors that are now running around the MTNN and Airtel, because the social service of these companies has come to stay because of what the digital economy that is going on over globally. For me, that is why you are seeing a lot of activities in that sector, and that is sector leading the market rally as we speak.
Let's look at a bit of development in that sector. Recently, some of the operators are calling for increase in tariff in their services from call, SMS, and data as well. How much of difference do you think this will bring on their bottom line in the next quarter?
Yeah, if you see that, we expect that, I see that most of them in that industry, or nearly all of them in that industry, are going into this payment service, as approved by CBN, and also for MTN, you can see that they want to upgrade their network to 5G, and I know that Airtel is not sleeping. But increasing the tariff by 40%, for me, yes, it should be a plus to the company's performance, because also they're able to, that means the high cost they're experiencing, with that increase, they also move that cost to consumers. But one thing that is clear to investors, to the public, that it's good to identify with this company, because nearly all of us here use one network or the other. And also, I tell you that nobody can say this is what Airtel or MTN collect. Once you recharge your credit, you'll be talking, and before you know, the credit will go up. You don't know how much it's charged. Whether they say that either per minute or per second, you don't know. But once it's up, you go and recharge another one. That means if they are selling it to 40% again, the same is going to be. For me, investors will take advantage of the increment in the proposed price, which I know that they are not beginning to approve. But if it's approved, this is going to impact the bottom line of this company going into the future.
So in a nutshell, we can be right to say that the telecom sector perhaps is the sector to beat at the moment, given some of the advantages they have, should this call, goes through for them.
Yeah, if it goes already, it will be a plus for investors. investors in that industry, and also we the consumers also in terms of their service also have to pay from our nose, because even the one where you are saying now, we don't know how much they charge you, or you know that you have recharged your credit, your phone. Once you make call, before you know it is up, that you go. But that means with this increment we are saying they are proposing, it will be a plus for them if if it's take true.
Now let's look at the market today. Yes, this is the the almost the fourth trading day of the week. We've not seen. I don't know if you've seen the figures earlier today. Let's see whether we'll be able to see the same trend or positive trend in the market being sustained at the end of today. So, what's your outlook for today?
Yeah, I expect the trend I saw yesterday to continue, because more match accounts expected to hit the market, go into the future. For the life of North Nigeria Power May, they announced that their result is coming before the end of this May. Then others like Flower May, Honeywell, life of University Press, then Africa, Resta Express, were expected to reach their year end. And if it becomes an immediate market situation, it's going to be another kind of force or positive impact on the market, depending on their payouts and the strength of their numbers they are releasing. But I'm telling you that once the GDP for Q1 comes to the market to give us the state of the economy, and also the April inflation figures in the market, that was going to form another direction where the funds will be flowing into the market. Is it leaving the fixed income to equity space, or is moving to real estate? Is this macroeconomic data that will give where the money should move to? Into especially being pre-election year, a lot of funds is expected to start hitting the market once the primaries of these parties are concluded. Yeah.
Okay, I think we need to leave it there. Thank you so much, Ambrose Obodian, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting Limited. Thank you for your time on Business Breakfast.
Thank you for having me.